All right, so I'm just going to be reviewing some markets that are quite interesting, especially after what has happened. The first thing to note is this oil. That there's a real problem there, and here's a couple of things to note. Like this is the daily chart of oil. As you know, that many times these moves are prepared in advance. All right, so lately you saw this massive break, right? Because of the new variant. But understand that this has it was prepared in advance. Okay, this preparation in advance, and we need to know about it because it's in the charts. And specifically, even though this information is coming out now, on the 4th, someone, this information was baked in. And why do I say that? Take a look at this. Market is going up, 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 up. All the on this wave, it goes down 7%, ending on the what is this? The 4th. So this is on the 4th, right? Now, just by taking a look at it going down, yeah, it's the biggest down wave in all of the waves, all of the waves. But still, there's a bigger clue. The clue here is this: the volume. That volume had the biggest volume in 76 bars. 76 days. 76. Clearly, this someone knew something on the 4th, and it coincidentally is at the highs and then breaks. So this needs to be looked into because it's the biggest volume in about 76 days. And that was your change of behavior. Because, I mean, that's what the data says. That's what the volume says. It's the biggest biggest volume in 76 days, and cracked one, two, I think three lows. One, two, three, bang, right there. So on the 4th, if you're long on the 4th, they it should have triggered red flags. And now, just recently on the 26th, I think, you have this big down move. So this is falling out on other markets as well. Anyway, that does it for oil. Let's take a look at some other markets of interest. One other market, let's see, soybeans. This is also an interesting market because the market is going down, 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 down. All of a sudden, it increases by 9%. Right there. 9% increase, uh, and some climactic action right here. Where, shit, I don't have the, it's approximately 731,000 contracts sold here, right here, on this down wave of 5%. After that, it tried to go lower. It tried to go lower right here. But look at this bar. Look at this rejection. On this attempt to spring, on this attempt to break under the climax, look at this rejection, the size of this rejection. And it's on the biggest volume in the last 8 days. And it's the biggest range in I don't know how many days, but it's a big range. And the following bar, green, 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 one little red, and a green, right? So there's a lot of green here. It takes out 1, 2, 3 prior highs, actually 4 prior highs. So it takes out this area. Now it's getting very interesting. The pullback and the testing and all of that matters because it can initiate a new trend on a daily. The bullish indications are that it's the biggest rally in multiple waves in the whole downtrend. There's a climax in the background. There's an attempt to go lower that fails. That attempt is seriously rejected by a big bar, which has followed through green, 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 and a breakout. The breakout is the biggest volume in the last 5 days. It takes out multiple highs. So we've cleared this resistance area. Now we'll have to see how it behaves. We know that the pullback, these two pullbacks, they're holding, and then this one broke a little bit below the low. So many things can happen. It can continue to go down. Obviously, anything can happen. But watch the pullbacks, especially as in they get in the range of this low bar right here. Because this is where the rejection came. And we want to see if that continues to have a rejection to the upside. So I'm classifying this as a change of behavior or a sign of strength. It doesn't matter. This is a spring. This is a climax. And I'm not doing that simply because of some stupid schematic, but because of the volume. The volume here is bigger than from this high on any low. It's not just arbitrary, okay, climax, automatic rally, secondary test, blah, blah, blah. It's based on fact. It's not sequencing. It's not pattern-based sequencing. It is based on this. The biggest down volume here. And that it's being confirmed by the change of behavior. Climax is being confirmed by the change of behavior, or as someone else named David Weiss would say, the force of the buying is overtaking the force of the selling. So that's what's going on. Anyway, so we want to watch the pullback action and see what's going on here. And that's it. All right, the other market is, this market's not traded by a lot of folks. I haven't traded yet, but it is very interesting. If you take a look at it, this is the lumber market. It's going down, 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 down. Then it has some shortening of the thrust. It has a climax in the background. You could tell because the volume is tapering, meaning from this low to this low to this low to this low, it's decreasing. And all of a sudden, it's a dump. That suddenness, that sudden heavy volume, is bigger than all of them. This is climactic action. All right, this is like a puke, like exhaustion or whatever, call it, panic selling, or it's finishing, it's terminating the move. After that, you go back to what? Tapering volume. Then it rallies on, this would be like your initial sign of strength, because you see the volume and the price action, and it goes to resistance. It only goes to resistance. This sign of strength is enough to take it from support to resistance. After that, the selling comes in. It increases here. It decreases here. And what catches my eye is this increase. This move here is a 35% increase. 35% in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in about 5 to 6 days, a 35% increase. This coming from a support. What else? In it, you have breakout. This is the biggest volume in 100 days. And that's because it may be more than that, but I'm just looking at 100 right now. 100 trade, biggest volume in 100 days. And before that, biggest volume in 82 days. That is a breakout. And not any breakout, a very strong breakout. That should, look at this. Look at this. So, I mean, that is, listen, there's a base in the background. Let me get rid of this. You have a nice base in the background. You have a 35% increase from support. You have the biggest volume in multiple months. And last time this thing ran, this market was stronger than Bitcoin for quite a while. Stronger than Bitcoin. Can you believe that? So when it ran, its relative strength was very strong, and now it's based and it's giving very strong indications. So there's a lot of juice here. And I want to see, this is definitely, what is this? This is your rally. That's your breakout in the rally. Now you see a weak pullback and a breakout into markup. We're definitely on the right hand side. Definitely on the right hand side. So this is that's what I want to see. Anything else of interest? I don't know. I want to accrue Bitcoin. I mean, it's selling here. Break here. I don't want to go over Bitcoin. Oh yeah, natural gas. This is getting interesting also. Why it's getting interesting is because this right here was climactic action. Right here is climactic action. And it was selling prior to it right there. And over here is the biggest volume in 100 days right there. Now explain to me how the biggest volume in 100 days is followed by a down bar. This is clear evidence of distribution. If you have that much volume coming in and it cannot hold, it's distribution. Then there's an upthrust or shortening of the thrust. What's this thing? And that is the biggest down volume in 100 days, minimum. So obviously they're selling and selling, and that initiates the downtrend, all right? Now, as it comes down here, it's getting very interesting because of this bar. Because these indications up here are clearly saying I am in a downtrend, I am being distributed, and I'm going down, right? Now this last rally, yeah, this last rally and this last breakout right over here. This is the last breakout. You can see an increase in volume in about 19 days into a rally, pulls back to test the breakout right here, but it doesn't go down. It rejects. It rejects. It tested the breakout once. This is the upthrust against the breakout, right? And then it goes down and it rejects, meaning it tries to go down. The volume is low. There's something wrong here, meaning there's no sellers. They don't sell. So and instead, it takes out what the hell is this? It takes out the area 1, 2, 3 with the biggest volume in a week. So what is that saying? It's saying that this might be a minor breakout against these areas. If Fed has follow through, the trend can do what? It can be reinstated, because here, when it broke these lows, it's like as if it has no follow through, and as if it's being reaccumulated again under this climactic high. It breaks it, it holds, attempt to go down, has no volume, and then goes up. Now, I'm not saying that this is confirmation that it's going to fly, because sellers may be right there. This high needs to be taken out. So what I'm saying is I'm looking for this breakout to have follow through, to break this high and to rally. I need to see that rally. It's green, green, green already. Green, green, green. See that? Green, green, green. It's coming from spring. It broke 3 highs, but if it can get rejected and puke because we have distribution in the background. So is this reaccumulation, or is this distribution to break these lows and reaccumulate to go higher? This is the question. And is this thing going to rally? And if so, by how much? And we want to see a pullback after. Yeah, that's what I want to see, right? Because this volume here is increasing volume, red, 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 right? So it needs to be taken out, and that's what I want to see being taken out. So anyway, these are 3 markets. What else? All right. Other thing to note is this. It's palladium, I think. This market is screwed. It's making lower lows, 353 lowest low in 353 bars. I forgot what CC. I think it's cocoa or coffee. I don't remember. But these markets, these are good short candidates, and then these 3, heating oil and Aussie and whatever the CC is, they're in markdown, very clear. And by, I don't mean just downtrends, but they are marking down, meaning they're not, because when you have a moving average, for example, right? You say it's an uptrend. Okay, fine, it's an uptrend, but is it in rallying? Is it rallying, or is it pulling back? If it's pulling back, obviously you don't want to get in or day trade it while it's pulling back. You need it while it's rallying. It needs to be in rallying mode, not in pullback mode. In pullback mode, it's in a pullback, and it's against you. You want to be in rallying mode, or catch it after the pullback is done into the rallying mode. So that's what means by markup. Like this one here, corn. This is in rallying mode. See? It's a green bar, bang. So the rallying mode is important. Even though trend is up, you don't want to be day trading it when it's red, 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 right? Because unless you're counter trending, which is also not a good idea, but if you're trading that, if you're trading with trend, you wanted it to be in rallying mode. This is rallying. On the short side, this thing, oh shit, what'd I do? Here, it's rallying, down rallying. See that? Red, 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 red. So these are going straight down, really nice opportunities. Anyway, point being is it's important to note that when a market is trending, it's still, is it an up wave or is it a down wave? Is it rallying or is it pulling back? This is the second thing. First thing is trend. Yes, everybody knows that. But trend could be a pullback in an uptrend, right? So I want to know if it's rallying. That's what markup and markdown will tell you. Not only is it in trend, but it's also rallying. Anyway, I'll do more of this and put up some stuff with some turning points and things like that. Like this thing is pretty screwed. This Aussie dollar. This is this thing is done. You see, this low is 7109. This low is 7113. All right, so almost breaking this low. We'll see. Have a good day. Bye.